Hey AfterBuzzers, I'm Jaimi Gray. Welcome to our mini spotlight series. I have a special guest in the building. It's Audrey Walters. Stay tuned.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
What's up, everybody? I'm Jaimi Gray. We have Audrey Walters in the building. Yes! So I love mini spotlight series because I get to know you. I get to know all the guests that come through here. So thank you so much for coming through.
Well, thank you.
How are you feeling? How do you feel?
I'm excited.
Yeah?
I'm so excited to be here and get to meet you and visit with you.
It's an honor, Audrey. So we're going to talk about all of your works, but I want to get into, of course, your start. So you are an actor, but you're also a mother, and you're also a Texan.
Yes,
so you're
I
from,
am.
we were talking about this, Uvalde, Texas.
Yes.
I said it right.
Yay!
Thank God. Okay. Okay, so your start from Texas, then, of course, transitioning to Los Angeles. What was that like? When did all that happen?
Well, let's see. Shortly after college, I finished with news broadcast.
Yes,
much
broadcast
like you.
out there. Love it.
And my husband went to medical school.
Nice.
And we started having kids. So I actually was a stay-at-home mom for 13 years
Wow.
before I started acting.
But that's
believe it or
still a
not.
job. Like, it really
yes.
is. Yeah.
It's definitely a job, especially when the other person, my partner,
Yeah.
is in medical school because it
Oh,
was
yeah, they're
nonstop.
swamped.
Yeah, so I was kind of a single parent for a long time
Yeah.
in a ways. But then once my kids started getting a little bit older, and we moved across the country and just decided, this is something I always wanted to do. So I initially just started taking acting classes just for fun to give
Yeah.
myself something to do, because that was like not just being a mom. Because when you're a stay-at-home mom, sometimes you kind of lose yourself a little bit.
Lose track of time, I'm sure.
You do.
Yeah.
You definitely do. And your life just centers around your children, and it's all about them and keeping them happy and healthy and everything
Yeah.
else. And so I think as a stay-at-home parent, you can kind of lose some of those things that fill your soul in other ways,
Right.
creatively and whatnot. So I initially started taking acting classes just for fun, and then really it just kind of snowballed from there.
Yeah, and it just stuck
So,
with you.
Yeah.
That is awesome. That just also just goes to show you, like, you can start anything whenever you want. If you say, you know what, I want to be a gardener tomorrow, like, you can do it. If you want to be an actor,
Absolutely.
do it. Like, you just have to do it. So I love that you took the initiative and just started taking classes, like,
Yeah.
just starting those steps. So, of course, then you became SAG-AFTRA. What was that project that got you your SAG card?
It was a show on ABC called Killer Women.
Oh,
Yeah, and
wait. I feel like I've heard
that
of.
show?
I think I've heard of that show. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was the one that really put me into where I had to like join before I could step on the set to
Yeah.
work. So that was my first big one, and then it kind of just went on from there. My mantra is the power of and. So I'm
Yeah.
always juggling.
Yes, and yeah.
Yeah, yes, and I'm always juggling. And whenever I did join SAG-AFTRA, it just took me and in my mindset to a whole different level. It just became
Right.
more of a profession rather than just kind of here and there and whatnot.
Right.
So, and the cool thing was, it became something that was really driving me, and it became a passion where I was like, I really want to do this. And I thought, you know what, if I don't go for it, how can I tell my kids that they should go for their dreams if I
Yeah.
don't just step up and do it?
And
you
lead
know?
by example.
Exactly.
That is awesome, Audrey. So I'm glad that, of course, you got to SAG-AFTRA. Now you've done so many other works. So I want to talk about some of your recent works from last year, and then we'll kind of get into what you're doing now. So you were also in Big Kill as the Madam.
Yes.
Okay, which that just came out this week on DVD, right?
It did.
Okay, so again, Big Kill is out on DVD right
Yeah.
now. So go get that.
And on demand.
On
and
demand everywhere. So I'm
Prime
sure- okay.
and all those. Yeah.
Amazon Prime, all of those sites. It's great that you can like get everything on DVD,
Isn't it
digital.
awesome?
It's like sometimes musically, maybe not. I feel
Yeah.
bad for the musicians.
That's
but,
true. Yeah.
But some of your other works, Arizona, where you play. Is it Miss Baychuk?
Oh,
Baychuk.
yes. Yeah, Baychuk.
Baychuk.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta make sure I get that right. And then also you were in Our Souls at Night, which is on Netflix.
That's another
And it
Netflix,
came out about a year ago, right? So you're doing all these
Yeah.
things, Netflix, and you've got Arizona movie and Big Kill. Like, that's a lot.
It is, yeah.
So now
lucky.
on Netflix, you have another project, Walk Ride Rodeo. So you guys, I saw this film. It's on Netflix. It's good, okay? Which it has great ratings as well. So congratulations, because you know Netflix, they can be kind of cruel, but they gave you guys great ratings, so that's good.
That's really great.
That's awesome. So, this is the true life story. It's a biopic about Amberly Snyder. So she was in a horrible. Well, I don't want to say the whole thing, okay? Because you need to watch the movie. But she was in an incident, changed her life, and it's really a movie about perseverance and just pushing through. So I don't want to ever give any spoilers about the movie, but it's good, okay? I'll give you some hints. Horses. Tragedy, triumph. There we go. Okay. But then your character is so hilarious. So you're fighting with the main character's mother, Tina, at a rodeo event. And
Missy
it's just
Pyle.
hilarious.
Yeah.
So what was it like playing your character?
Well, you know, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was, you know, I really play the only mean person in this film. Everyone else is so happy
Everyone
and
is just like,
kind
yeah.
and lovely.
And I'm like, here she goes. But I thought it was great, though. It added the humor. Your jaw will drop. Literally, within the first 15 minutes of the film, I was like, because you know when you're like, I try not to even look into what the description of the movie is, like before I'm about to screen it per se, because I want to go in with no expectations.
Yeah.
And so I was, you know, pleasantly surprised. So I do recommend to go see Walk Ride Rodeo on Netflix. It's out now.
And I will say, Amberly, it's based off the true story,
Yeah.
hers true story, and she was on set the whole time.
Wow.
And I don't think it'll give any spoilers if you want me to tell a little bit of behind the scenes.
Okay.
I don't know.
No, go for it. Go for it.
She had a horrible accident and became paralyzed from the waist down. And she went back and got on her horse. And not only that, went to go compete nationally. So she did all her own stunt work on this film.
Wow.
It was remarkable. That was one of my favorite parts of filming was watching her in her wheelchair. I mean, she was there in Video Village watching every single take of everything and giving her feedback to make sure that the story was told authentically and well. And I think it was really well done.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
For sure. And then when it came time for her, like the actress Spencer Locke, who was who would be on the horse, and then when it would come time for her to like do her barrel racing and stuff, Amberly would go over on her wheelchair and pull herself up on these straps and get on that horse, and she would just book it.
Yeah.
I mean, watching her, I got chills just in awe.
Yeah,
of
that is
her.
awesome.
It was amazing. It really was a really cool experience.
Yeah, I'm sure super inspiring too. I did not know that she did her own stunts basically. That is awesome. Well, again, please go see Walk Ride Rodeo. Another thing that Amberly had said towards the end, which I was like, it's like a bittersweet moment where she said, I told the doctor I wanted to walk, ride, and rodeo. Yeah. And she said, I was able to do at least 2 of them. And as far as the walking part, we'll see, or something like that. I'm like, So when you say that she was on set, I'm like, is she still on the wheelchair?
She is.
She is. But you know what? She's still trucking. She's still doing what she needs to do.
She is a badass.
Yeah.
She really is.
That's awesome. Well, speaking of badass, so are you. Okay. So I want to hear about this Talk to the Camera.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
So Talk to the Camera is a class that my business partner and I started to help kids with their social communication skills.
Yes.
We were really frustrated with the way kids these days are just able to text things and are always like into a screen, but they won't like say things face to face. So I had been working at a talent agency, a kids talent agency. I was the media coach there.
Okay.
And I started seeing some breakthroughs with kids by putting them on camera. And my business partner, who's a teacher, had some other things from the classroom that she was experiencing. So now we've actually taken it nationwide, and we opened up a branch in Florida and Denver, and we have it in a few different places. So we go into schools and teach them some classes and make movies and videos with the kiddos.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun.
Audrey, that's awesome. So we actually have something like that in common because I love kids. Jaimi loves the kids, and I read to kids too, just to volunteer.
Yeah.
But I think it's awesome because when I was younger, as much as I love to talk, my mom was like, we should probably work on your social skills, especially with like adults, like the way kids talk to adults, and they're, you know, they're, I guess you could say superior, but just someone who just even showing that respect, it's getting worse. So I think it's great that you guys are taking that initiative to say, let's fix this.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
It's a blast.
But that wraps up our mini spotlight. You have so many big things like going with Walk Ride Rodeo. Do you have any other projects that you want to tell people about, or anything else that you're working on?
We're actually working on a kids talk show with Talk to the Camera.
What?
Yeah.
That is awesome.
It's going to be a blast.
A kids talk show?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Okay, that is awesome.
It is going to be so much fun. So I'll have to share it with you.
You should. No, seriously, let me know how that goes. It sounds amazing. Before we wrap up, please let fans know where they can find you on social media.
Absolutely. On Twitter, it's Audrey Walters. On Instagram, Audrey Walters. And Facebook, Audrey Walters. Audrey Walters everywhere.
Audrey Walters everywhere. Okay, guys, and I am Jaimi Gray. Thank you so much for joining. You can find me on Twitter at It's Jaimi Gray or on Instagram at Jaimi Gray. Again, this is Mini Spotlight. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will see you later.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.